In my travels, I have stayed at countless hotels around the world. Some super nice and some super sketchy, and I wish I could forget. When I first started traveling, my biggest concern was hotel room safety. I was worried about someone breaking in, someone watching me, basically any concern that you can have about things that could go wrong in a hotel room, I had them. But after years of traveling, I can happily say that hotel rooms are relatively safe. Of course, there are still precautions that you should take and that I take, and I want to share those with you in this video. What's up everyone? If you're new around here, I'm Latoya and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about travel, locks, and intentional living. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've traveled to over 30 countries on my own, so safety is something I have thought a lot about. When I first started traveling as a broke student, I was not staying in really nice places. I just wanted to stretch my money and see as much as I could, and I didn't really care too much about where I was staying. Now, fortunately, I stay in much nicer places, but the tips I'm going to share in this video apply to both of those situations, whether you're staying in tighter, low budget accommodations all the way up to really expensive places, because the truth of the matter is criminals, crimes, perverts, they are in all of those places, no matter how much money you are spending. Also, these tips are geared towards solo travelers, but a lot of them I use when I'm traveling with my daughter as well. So let's get into some ways to increase safety in your hotel room. First thing I do is avoid rooms on the lower levels of a hotel. I just don't want it. Lower level floors just mean easy access through the balcony, through windows, through fire escapes. So I avoid those as much as I can. I do that by, number one, doing my research. So I'll take a look at the layout of the property. There might be like a tower and villas or different configurations. If there's a tower, naturally I'll go for that. And once I make my booking, there's typically a little space for special instructions. There I'll request a floor on the upper level, and I'll also ask them to not put me in a room that's a connecting room. Connecting rooms creep me out, just straight up. There's typically locks on the inside of a connecting room so that no one can like open the door. But I just feel like, again, it's another easy access into your room, and I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid that and make it clear to the hotel before I get there that that's not what I want. When I get into my room, one of the first things I do is check to make sure that all external doors and windows have functioning locks on them. You would be shocked to find out how many of these locks are not functioning properly. If I find that a lock is not working, the first thing I'm doing is calling the front desk and letting them know. I give them a chance to send maintenance to either fix the lock or install a new one. And if they're not able to fix it, then I request a new room. In one high-end hotel that I stayed at, I went to check the balcony lock, and before I could even really open the lock, the complete lock, everything, every part of the lock fell off onto the ground. When I called the front desk, they did send maintenance and they were able to install a new lock, so that was fine. But it just reinforced for me how important it is that we check these basic things when we go into a hotel room. I do sometimes use my own tools to increase my security. First is this door stop alarm. The maker claims that it has two functions. One is that it stops the door from opening, and two, it has an alarm. I like it because it's easy to use. It just goes at the back of your door and the alarm is triggered when the door is open. As you may have noticed, this didn't go all the way under the door or prevent the door from opening, but when the door is open, the alarm is still triggered. And for me, that means that it's still a handy safety tool that can be used in a variety of settings. And that's why this is basically my go-to safety device for my hotel. The second tool is this portable door lock. It basically goes into the door strike or frame, and then you can lock the chain. I'll be honest, the chain is not the strongest, but I do think that it would slow someone down who's trying to enter the room so that I have more time to react or wake up if I'm sleeping. Also, it doesn't fit all doors, and to be honest, it's a little bit tricky sometimes to use. And of course, I use the deadbolt or the secondary lock system that's available on the hotel door. I am fully locked when I get into my room. The last safety device that I'll mention is my hidden camera detector that I just ordered from Amazon. I haven't gotten it yet. I will make a full review about it once I receive it, just how easy it is to use. But this feels like an essential tool to have now for almost all travelers. Hidden cameras in hotels, Airbnbs, vacation rentals is a growing problem. And I feel like this is the one thing that we can do to sort of take this problem into our hands and just do a quick scan of anywhere we're staying. It's sad that we've come to this point, but this is definitely something that I think more people are going to pay attention to. I leave the do not disturb sign on the door at all times to deter staff from entering my room. Unless I'm staying somewhere for over 3 days, I don't need someone to come into my room and do everything. I have sufficient towels. I have everything I need. I have caught staff red-handed stealing my stuff from my hotel rooms. Terrible story. So I want to keep everyone out. Of course, the sign is not like 100%. It doesn't mean that everyone's going to stay out. Oh, she has a sign, better not go in there and steal her stuff if that's their intention. But for me, it's just one easy thing that I can do. I do use hotel safes when they're available, but I'm under no illusion that my things are completely secure in there as well. So that's why I just rather keep people out of my room as much as possible. This one is gonna sound so basic, but it needs to be said. Do not open your door for anyone, even if they're claiming to work at the hotel. Unless I have ordered room service or initiated a conversation with the hotel about something that requires them to come to my room, I am not opening the door. If someone's knocking and insisting that they're from the hotel, what I'll do is call the front desk and ask them, have they sent someone to my room and what is it about? If they say no, they haven't, then I let them know they need to call the police or send security up because someone is at my door pretending to be staff. Lastly, when I'm choosing a hotel, I usually take a look at the reviews and see if there are any safety concerns, patterns of safety issues at the hotel. If I see that, different people are saying that there's issues with locks, people entering their room, things being stolen, I'm gonna skip that hotel because there's like a culture and problem there at that hotel, and why put myself in that situation? Ideally, I pick hotels that are in a central area, not in places that are deserted or in the business district. Sometimes the business district can be like great in the daytime. There's coffee shop, people, nice vibe, but in the evening and on the weekends, it becomes deserted. Also, I tend to go for smaller boutique hotels. That way staff get to know me, I get to know them. So if there's any trouble, I feel like I have a bit of a connection with someone at the hotel and I can get some help. So those are my top tips for hotel safety. Above everything I've said here though, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition is the #1 safety tool for anybody, especially women. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably not, and get yourself out of there. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.